Hello, everyone. Today is our fourth session of the HTML and the CSS course. So far, we have learned about lots of topics, and today we will cover some HTML elements, and also we will format the website we've been building. So after this, let's move on to the VS Code and we will work from that. To talk about so far, we learned about block elements and then block elements. Guys, do you remember block elements, what they are?
Block elements.
Yes.
Yeah, blocking elements.
What they are.
Elements that take the whole width. Don't you remember an example of the Finnish bath case, like in Finland? It's impolite to sit next to someone if there are other spots, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So blocking elements usually take the whole space. So like H1 to H6, but image, image, anchor tag, label, input, span, they are actually non-blocking element. They come next to each other. I think the best way is actually by opening what we had from a previous lesson. If you remember, this is our project, and let's run what we had so far. Did you open so far? Oh, is that open live? Yes, great. Who remember this? Do you remember, guys, this?
Yeah.
Yes.
This kind of, we put things together, connecting different pages, and also we learn actually HTML4 and some kind of, now we will just structure this page whenever we learn some new concept. So I will follow this because for some of you, it might not be easy to understand blocking and non-blocking elements. So I want to show you what it means actually. So about page, let's open another page. What is this? Maybe skills or projects. Yeah, projects.html. Maybe you want to have, so let's also connect that at the top. How do we connect it? I copy this and duplicate and change this to projects, and this also. Is it familiar, guys, now? This?
Yes.
Can I duplicate to all of them? And then I have to duplicate to all of this page once, and then the contact page. And what page do we have? Index. Now let's see what it looks like. There's the home, about, contacts, projects. But why did this happen? Even this tells something, right?
One S too many, spelling error.
Okay, spelling error. Oh, we have to go to every of the page to fix that. Okay. Okay, now, how about now? Because I have to back again. How about now?
You didn't create a project.
Yeah, we're
That
trying to,
HTML.
yeah.
There, but okay, I didn't see.
Yes, it doesn't have information yet. So I can create it the lazy way, and I can change the name to projects. And then I can have the header, but I think instead of recreating, I can copy from about page, okay? From about page, and then I can modify. So I can copy everything I have from the about page, something inside the body, yeah? The body, everything what I had, and then just put it here. But the footer is going to be the same, but the project will be, for instance, this will be my projects. You may have a list of projects. For instance, UL, and then list HTML project. You may have another CSS project and JavaScript project. Now it may let's refresh it. Everything is working. Oh,
it is in a different folder.
do we have a folder? Oh, I created it somewhere else. Yes, so it should be outside here. Thank you. Now, as you can see, we have created a different page, but this is not the same as this. What's the problem? Because I forgot to link. We wrote CSS here, if you remember, yeah? I have to link that CSS. So just you write link, and VS Code is so smart, and then just tab, you write link and tab. Actually, this link, what is the type? The relation style sheet, that is CSS, and then dot, what was this, main. Now this is somehow similar to the other pages. Okay, now we on this page, I want to show you, because it doesn't have much information, so we will experiment blocking and non-blocking elements. Okay, I can start writing here. We agreed that blocking elements, what's happening with me. Okay, this is how you create a H1 to H6 paragraph, div, what are others? Header, footer, main, section, article, others. Yeah, the list goes on. These are blocking elements. Let me show you. If I write here H1, this is an H1 tag. Okay, you will see it here, right? Have you seen it? Yeah, for sure. So if I write another H2, this is an H2 tag. I should make it small, you know, avoid confusion. And tag is not like that. Have you seen H2 now? This goes to the second line. It didn't stay here. Why?
As this is like ordered list. Or...
No, because it's a blocking element. Blocking element doesn't allow other elements to come to the left, to the left or the right.
Yes.
So they want to take the whole width. Okay, great. That means blocking element. But how about if I write span? Span is actually whenever you like to write any small thing, span you sometimes write using span. This is just a span element. Have you seen the span also goes down? But why it didn't come here?
Because it's still like a blocking element.
Yeah, this is the blocking element. Doesn't allow this span to goes here. But how about if I write another span element? This is the second span element. Where are you expecting it? Are you expecting it on the same line or a different line?
On the same line?
Yes, it should be on the same line. Because these guys are
Unblocking element.
non-blocking element. Yes, so to see, let's see this one. A style, let's add border. Whenever we write border, first the thickness, 2 pixel, red, the color, and then let's actually type. Type means it could be solid or broken. Solid, and then the color. And let's apply the same thing for this one. Style, border, 2 pixel, solid, red. What do you see here? And even if you can, even if you don't have this, let's remove this. Let's remove this for the time being. Have you noticed the difference between block and non-block element?
Yes.
Yes. Block elements, they take the whole width of the viewport from left to right. But non-blocking element, they just take as much space they need. Yeah. For instance, this text need the space it is enough to accommodate this text, and that's what it needs. It doesn't take the whole width. Can we change this to block? Can we change it to block?
Yes, I think then we need to put this span into block or content block.
Yeah, we can use this style. We can apply style and actually we can modify this called display block. If I say display block, have you seen it? So now I am forcing the non-block element to be a block element. Sometimes we may need, but now what I want you to understand the difference between block and non-block element. And this is really very important. I would like to see if you understood what it means actually. Block and non-block element. Just type one for me. Did you really get it, what it means? Because it's very important. Great, everybody got it. Then if you got, you don't have to remember all which one is a block element and which one is not, because through practice, you know them. For instance, I know by heart most of them, but non-blocking element, actually there are few of them. I wrote them here, as you can see, image. Yeah, let's see. As you can see here, we wrote actually what is the project here. If you remember this image, they are next to each other by default. So they are non-block elements. List, they are blocking elements. Blocking element. A paragraph, blocking element. Div, blocking element. Okay, today I like to also introduce section. Okay. Last time, if you remember, I was talking about the importance of div, right? To create section. Div section 1. Div section 2. And div section 3. Let's see what we have. Still, I'm here in this page. Section 1, section 2, section 3. By the way, if you write div, you don't see if it's a div or a paragraph. No, you don't see it. But usually whenever we like to create a section, we create a kind of div. For instance, I can just write h1, and this is the section 1, and I need paragraph. And the lorem ipsum is so nice to generate some kind of, you can multiply it with just some 3 times, and it will be much bigger text. So section 1, and I don't have to do this all over again. I can just duplicate it also here and change section 1 to section 2. And again, section 3. Great. Oh no. Section 3, this one. So now I have different sections. Have you seen section 1, section 2, section 3? It looks like a blog, right? Somehow. But since you got this red line, I want to remove. So since it's recorded, you know it. But I can keep it also there. It doesn't matter. Does it look like somehow a blog? Yeah, the reason why we need actually a kind of this div, it help us to create section. But nowadays there is already a section tag, so I can just even change this to section, because there's a section. Section is more semantic. I was saying this is semantic thing before, guys. So now I can, by the way, I can just click and change everything at once, Control D, then section, and also this one.
Sorry, how did you write multiple lines at the same time?
Select, you mean select?
Yeah.
Yeah, you click this one and then Control D for my English keyboard. Control D and then section. For you, if it's a finished keyboard, you have to search something like this. How to
It's also Control D.
Okay, great. So you guys, for Finnish keyboard users, maybe you could share what shortcut you use to select that or to do that. Yeah, now I have changed it to actually a section. But the difference between using div and section, div, as I told you, it doesn't have any semantic meaning. Do you remember semantic thing? Div does not have any semantic meaning. but section do have. Yeah? Do you remember what semantic means? For instance, if I am saying header, header means it has some meaning, right? It's related to the top. It's related to something you put like a banner, a navigation at the top. And if I said footer, it's not just a tag, actually. It means something you put at the foot. So that is a semantic meaning. And it has and this has a big role in search engine optimization and also accessibility. Okay, it plays a great role also there. Accessibility, that means for screen readers, but div doesn't have any semantic meaning. So did you guys got the difference between semantic and non-semantic HTML elements now? Do you know what it means? Okay, good. Semantic, as I said, if you are saying header, it refers to the head at the top, and it should be a banner or a big title, and footer is something you find at the bottom of a website. So it has a semantic meaning. Sections also has categories. So now, even inside a section, we may put inside article, and then you put this, and then oh, no, am I there still? Undo. I thought I moved to the second one. Why is it happening like that? Article, put this, and article. Yes, great. Now, inside the section, it's usually to have one each one and also an article. What article? So this means just the post. You can use this div, but it doesn't have that much a difference, guys. But it's good to know. It's really good to know. You can finish everything. Are blocking elements usually semantic? No. For instance, div is a blocking element? No, it's not. It doesn't have any semantic meaning. Span is a non-blocking element and it doesn't have any meaning. Is it clear or not? Someone asking me, are blocking elements usually semantic?
Yeah.
Yes, because why I repeat the question during the recording, no one see the chat question, so the recording may sound weird. So that's why I'm repeating the question by saying it out loud or by speaking it. Okay, great. So it may not be are blocking elements usually semantic, so the answer no. Okay. So now, as you can see, I have. So the importance of a div or section is to create section, but developers used to have only div, but now we have sections to create different section. Now, why section 1? For instance, let's change the first section to introduction to HTML, right? At the first, that's what you want to know, introduction to HTML. And then maybe the second one could be introduction to CSS. And then the third section could be introduction to JavaScript. And if you want, even this is very, very reusable kind of code, as you can see. You just copy it and then put it here. Introduction to React, and then it's some kind of reusable. So we made something like this. So you put your content here. Now, even it's also easy to change the the style. So we can, last time I talked about, but I think before I come to that, today we will also see the difference between ID and I have to write here first. What is the difference between an ID and class? Because, tell me guys, what's the difference between an ID and a class?
I think the ID is for like a specific thing, and the class regroup different thing. Can you
ID.
have like different ID in the one class?
Yes.
Okay.
What did you say?
I said like, can we have? No, sorry.
Yeah,
Nothing,
you can't have. But the first, your first answer is good. ID is just specific to a single element, but class is for common. That means you can use common elements. I mean, common for elements. It's class means actually it's just common thing. Let's just create 3 divs. Div. I want just to show you div. How many divs do you see, guys? Here they are beautiful, right? Don't you see? How many divs do you see? You may write on there what you see for me. Yeah. Of course, it is easy. Does it have any content inside? So can I see it on the browser? Can I see those 3 divs? No, I can't see them. So why? How can? So is there any possibility to see these divs? How about if I create a box from these divs? But now if I put just 1, actually as a content, just 2, and then 3, I may see something. 1 to 3. What do you learn from this? Because as you can see, div is a block element. So yeah, as you can see. Yeah, now we can just put some div. I can select the div. I go here and write some style actually. Style. How do we create, how do we select div? This is how I said div and then curly bracket. Then border 2 pixel solid green. Green is not a good one. Red is very easy to see or look at. But have you seen everything is like this is a div, this every div is selected. So it was not a very good idea. So have you seen? Everything is selected because we have div, different places, all are selected. How can we avoid that? We can avoid that by giving, because we want to target these guys. I can target these guys. I think I can select them. How can I select? Is this how I do? Oh, yeah. Actually, I can just select that and Control D. Anyway, I can just type it manually. Class and then box, because I want them to be box. Class box. And even I don't have to type all over again. And then now instead of selecting like that, I can select them by box. So if it's a class, you have to have this dot. Have you seen the dot? Now actually only this one are selected. This, yeah, this is from the previous, so I can change that to green, and it will be just different. To avoid confusion, guys. Great. Yeah. So how about if we give it widths? Can we make this short? Do you want your div to take it all the way like that? No. Let's make them just short. We can make them 400 widths, a 400 pixel. Pixel actually is a measurement. It's like centimeter, millimeter, but 1 pixel means actually 1 dot. So 1 pixel means 1 dot. So that means 400 pixel actually is like 4 dots. It's like 400 dots, something, a kind of, but you can just understand it that way. Now we are making it a bit shorter, right? Even we can make it somehow smaller. How about if you want to make it 200 pixel? Yeah. Can we make this a bit bigger? How about if we give it height? This is the default height, but we can give it height. So you can give it height. Even we can make it the same height, 200 pixel. Okay. Do you see something here? Do you remember the difference between block element and non-block element? Yeah? Guys, do you remember? So,
Yes.
Yes.
yeah. So these guys are blocking elements, so they are far apart. But how about if you want 2 to come here and 3 to come here? You want this to align horizontally instead of vertically. So we have to change these guys to be inline block. So I can say display inline. If you make it inline, it will be really like, it doesn't make sense. It will be something like this, but we want to make it inline block. That means now, as you can see, something like this. So there are so many codes to remember. It comes gently. I think today I'm also speaking and writing somehow slow. Is it okay pace? Are you managed to follow, guys? Do you have any problem to follow?
You still go. You are going so fast.
Okay, I see. The first mission is again all the time fast. Okay, I will try to slow
Can
down.
you show me? So did you put the ID tag on those div boxes? So
Yes, we gave them class instead of ID. We gave them class because
okay.
the comment, we want all to be the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. The boxes now, as you can see, there is no, there is no space at the bottom. What can I apply? Do you remember margin? Margin, just to create a space between the footer and the box. I can margin bottom, and then I want 30 pixel, for instance, and that actually fix. Have you seen now there's a gap? How about if I want also some space between this? I can apply some margin right. Margin right means from this side, I want to push this by 10 or something. So margin right, if I put 15 pixel, sometimes such kind of points you adjust them by yourself. Have you seen? Even you can make them a bit 20 or 25. So I make now. How do I make the corner smooth? For instance, it has sharp corner, right? You can apply border radius, border radius, and then I apply 3 pixel, and then it will be smooth. Have you seen now the smoothness? How about if you go even like 30? Yeah, but instead of that, actually, even you can go up to, in percentage, 50% or 100%. That means you are changing it to a circle. But these are actually outside. So if you want this value to be inside this value, what do you call text align? Center. And that will be at the center. But horizontally, it's not yet the center. So what you should use actually is line height equal to the height of this. What does that mean? If you put line height is equal to this 200, the same height, you can fix that and it will be at the center. As you can see, we change it to circle with just one line code. So if I turn this off, it will get back to just normal and it will be a box. Yes, I will. So the code we have actually is, as you can see, we have just on this. And at the top, the style we had already. Style at the top, you should see at the head, something like this. Remind me to copy and paste the code here. Yeah. So now what did we see actually? Now how about if we give them also ID? What's the best ID name for this box? Guys?
Box.
But what am I going to call for the second one? Box 1 is not a bad one. Box 1. Because you are not going to have a box to write. I mean a box 1 again. So box 2. As you said, now the naming is also very specific. Let's get closer and see the naming. It says box, and box is a common, so it's common for this one, so we gave it a name, a class. But this one actually we called it box 1 because it's specific for only for this. Does it make sense, guys? Have you seen the naming? Yeah. For instance, let's give box 1 some background. When you select a box, an ID, you use hash, and then the name of the ID, and the background color, just green. Have you seen this now? We have some green color. And then again, box 2, background color, to yellow. And then box 3, it's just the same thing. Box 3, brown color, red. Now we made something like this. Usually these primary colors are not good, so you can change this one. But yeah, so you have to just have some kind of shady color and some kind of whatever. Yeah. Good. So now we have some kind of colors here. As you can see, so what is specific for these guys? What's the specific part? They have lots of things in common. What is the difference? This is a very easy question, guys. These boxes do have, all are rectangle or square. They have the same border. They have number inside. What's the difference of
Color.
The color. The color.
only the background color? So as you can see, so I use their ID to make them unique, to make them different. Yeah, that's the difference between a class and an ID. But now if I remove the background, it looks also good, just because you have to, sometimes without a background, it looks good. And again, if we add some border radius, if you just make it 50, it will be circle, as you can see, the border radius. So, and if you want also this text to be bigger, you can apply it here, font size, and you can give it, for instance, 42 pixel, and it will be big. You don't have to just put this only number, it could be anything. So inside your box, it could be instead I can put ML maybe, CSS, or JavaScript. Yep. Well, how is this going? Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so we have covered the sections, and also we have covered ID and class attributes, because the reason why I repeat this, because it's good to understand very well. Okay, last time we covered also this label input and today's span. Something small is actually, if you want the text to be small, as you have seen it in the footer, actually this one, instead of P, I prefer to put it in a small tag. Small make it the text a bit smaller, so I can just, instead of P, I can make small. Sometimes you may use, most of the time, span, but I most of the time prefer to use small. So I can apply this small to all the pages. I'm here now and change this. Yes, most of the time copy and paste, you know, guys. Copy paste is very common. Yeah, good. Who doesn't understand the difference between HTML, ID and class? Okay, who got? Who are you really sure you got ID and class? I want to see. Yeah, great. Everybody got it. So no need to just talk about it forever. Now let's see audio. How about if you are also, hobby is something, and if you want to have another section here and you want to add a podcast, let's add another section about your podcast. It could be in a different hobby page, maybe, but I don't like to just create like section after a section. Let's just put it here. Maybe we can just podcast this. Podcast. Podcasts. You can find all my podcasts about web technologies, data science, and other related technologies. Have you seen the importance of lorem ipsum? You don't have to write some content right away, but lorem ipsum can take care of that. I think I will put these boxes separately. So I can also put this box in a different section by creating, because we are done with it, so I can create a section, and H1, I call it beautiful boxes, or whatever you call them. I can say or technologies of the web. Yeah, they are indeed actually. Article, inside the article, we can put them here. So now I'm structuring it, as you can see. Now let's work on the podcast part. If I'm talking about podcast, what are you expecting, guys? Let me know. What do you expect?
Audio link.
Yes, great. Audio. Podcast is related to audio. In old times, you have to listen to the radio.
Sorry, just for the box just before we move to the podcast. Now, if we want to put this circle in the center, so I can make an ID to the I don't remember, is an article, like create like another, I don't know, but I can regroup this to one ID and call the ID to the main CSS and align center. I don't know if I explained what I was meaning.
What
I think like if we want this three circle aligned in the center of the page.
Oh, in the
So
here?
yeah, or just on the right, just in the center of the width.
Oh yeah, okay, great.
So I can like create like another, maybe a div. We regroup the three box and give an ID to this div and call the div to the up of the code and center line. I don't know.
Yeah, it's so easy. You can do one. You wrap this using div, another div, or you can just target this class or ID. You can give ID, and you can call them class boxes. Why I'm calling these ID boxes?
Because it's like regrouping all the box.
Because it wrapped all the boxes.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm calling it boxes. When you give name, you have to be at least like reasonable. If you just give random name, you will screw up yourself at some point, because it's really hard to read your own code. Boxes, and then actually if you say display, display text align center, it takes it to the center. Is this
okay?
one?
Yeah. That's how I was thinking that okay. Sometimes you have to create a box, figure it like a box, and inside the box you have another box that you can every time like transform each box. That okay.
There should I understand. Be a parent.
Yeah.
You should target the parent to make it to the second.
Yeah. You have always parent, children, and always playing like this if you want to change something.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, good. Do you want it to be like this or the previous? Okay, let's leave it like this. Okay, now it's all about podcast, guys. Who doesn't like to listen to podcast? We're about to create our own podcast. So let's also rearrange the data. You know, guys, we've been just leaving everything everywhere, but we have to have certain structure. So let's create a folder called assets. Assets usually have one folder, it's going to be images. Another folder, it may have audios. It may have, where is this going? Okay, anyway. It may have also videos. But this looks, yeah, it should be outside. Okay, so inside the assets, I have audios, images, videos. Even you may have icons or something, but the styles, sorry, again, it should be there. So now I want the style also to go to inside this. Have you seen, we've been writing this style. Have you seen this style? And I want to put it here. If I put it here, everything stop working. Maybe if I refresh it. Huh? Yeah, have you seen this? It's not anymore. So I have to fix the link. How do I fix it? Guys, you have to watch, because this kind of linking, now it's not anymore at the top. Instead, I have to go to the assets. And then I have to go to styles. And then main. Now let's see if the first page is, yeah, it's fixed. Now once it's fixed, you can copy this line and apply to all the pages. Okay, this is how you, then a contact. And as you have seen that, we've been also writing a separate this, but I can take this actually and put it to the CSS part. Oh no. So now I can just create or add this here. I can put it here and I can call it, this is how you comment out, actually comment CSS for projects. Yeah, because if you don't leave such kind of comment, it might be hard to know which part is for what. Or you can create a separate style. Now let's see if everything works, because I have removed it already. And let's go back to the projects. As you can see, yeah, still it works. Okay. Now let's also restructure the image. So where do we have our image? It has been here. So instead of putting here, I delete this one and move, or at least copy the images there, because I don't destroy the first week work. If I move it there, it will be destroyed. So I just paste it there, copy and paste. And now we have to also target it to that path, to all the images. At least we have images to the, where are, have you seen this? So yeah, someone asked me how to display this. So you follow me, image, first you write on it, I mean, you click on the extension, image previewer, maybe, I think this one, image preview. It doesn't have many downloads, but it's okay. Image preview. Okay, great. And now let me just fix this one. Instead of this, I think assets, fix it, and everything should be what? I destroyed it. Assets. Yeah, fixed. Okay. Now, to play an audio, I have to record something, right? I have to have the asset. And you guys, because I have this lesson today, so I recorded myself here. So I have to take these files, copy and paste there. Maybe it might be hard. Where is the file? And I have to give this file for you also. I have to paste that audio files, and for you, I have to upload for you. And then you will enjoy my beautiful voice about recording for this lesson. Okay, great. You should have now the two files. Now, as you can see, I have the audios 2, audio 1 and audio 2. Now let's go to the projects of our podcast project, which is going to be launched very soon. And let's put it here. We can maybe create a div, and then, or we can just leave it there without a div, but div usually helps you to restructure things. So actually nowadays in HTML5, you need just audio. And then what you need is actually source, and you showed it, and then audios, and then audio 1. I can just share. There's a sound coming somewhere. Your mic is not muted, guys. Okay. Audio, and then like the image case, you need a source, and then you close, but you don't put anything inside. Let's see what we have. I don't see anything. Yeah, maybe I forgot the audio. So as I told you, you don't have to remember everything. Audio HTML tag. And then I think W3 is got lots of good things. As you can see, actually the audio still needs inside another tag. So even I can make a copy of this and use, but I don't like to copy because I don't like to make your copycat. So instead, actually, my audio needs to be written a bit different. So you write it audio. After that, you need a source. Source and source. I think I forgot the tag. It's just self-closing tag, the source. How is it written, the source? Yeah, with src. Source src, and then assets, audios, and audio 1. Let's just try with this, what we get. Where are we writing? I don't see my podcast. Let's see. Where this is how I check sometimes. Okay, I saw something there. So, do you see any problem in my code, guys? Audio. maybe I think I should forgot to add the controllers. The controllers, if we don't see add the controllers, we don't have this. See, yeah. Have you seen now? Hello, this test recording to embed this audio on HTML, and it's going to be the first audio. Yeah. So, hello, this yeah. Now, if you see on W3 School, they also have different file type. If this file type is not supported, it will go to this one. But nowadays, just MP3 is highly supported. You don't have to have these two lines. Okay, this one is enough. And this one, the second line is actually. For instance, if their browser is not updated, if they are using something what they have like 15 years ago, or then it tells them your browser does not support the audio tag. So this will be displayed for them, yeah? So that then they will update it. So you don't see it. But if my browser is so old, something which is in the end of or the beginning of 20s or yeah. So yes, let's add the second. So we can make this actually in a div1 h1 our podcast episode. No, it's not really an episode. One, it's. Then we can just take this and put it here. And to create episode 2, it will be so easy, right? Then you copy this, and episode 2 will be, you change this and you change this. Usually difficult is to create the first, and the second is just duplication. Have you seen now? We have something. Then let's see. Hello, this is going to be the second audio, and it will be embedded on HTML using the audio HTML tag. So this is just a demo to show students how to embed audio files on HTML. As you can see, it's so easy to embed. What you need is just the audio tag and the source. And using this, you can create your own podcast. Okay, great. Audio tag is done. What do you think, guys? Is it easy? Did you get how to make that? I'm waiting for you guys. How was it? Is it easy to do it? Did you manage to implement? Okay, good. So now let's take a break. And then when we return, we will implement a video, right? We will implement a video. Great. So how about if we take 10 minutes break, and then after that we will implement video. Great. Welcome back. So in the previous session, we saw how to embed audio materials on HTML, so this is how it looks, the final. Hello. So we don't have to play it since we played it already. Now let's see also some kind of what is this? Videos. It could be from YouTube or from a static asset already. So First, we have to have an audio. I think I can have audio from here. Let me see. Or I may have some audios from my previous files, you know. I can make use of my previous files of here. I have different recording of this, so we can use that recording because it's so short. For instance, I can make use of this. Yeah, I can make copy and I will share with you guys. No problem. Now, where is it? This is, so I have to put it inside videos or just here. And then I call it some name, JS project, because it talks about a JavaScript project. And let's go here. And I have to create a different section. And H1, I call it some of videos, maybe just videos. Article, and then I can put that. Actually, what you need is, again, a video. And even though I think it's supporting just with source, if I pass this, and then audio videos, and then this video, and let's see what we have now. Have you seen it? It's already here. Have you seen the video, the first frame? Yeah, but it's too big, so we have to add the controllers here, the controllers attribute. So now I will see this. Hello, this is another assignment related to DOM. As you can see, this application has some text. As you can see, it's everywhere, right?
Give us the video too.
Oh yeah, sorry. I have to share that video with you guys. Okay, I will go to my computers and then documents. Yeah, easy way, just project. So as you can see, it's everywhere, so it's hard to control it. So we have to make the widths a bit smaller, you know. So how about widths, and if I make it just maybe 800 pixel. And now it's somehow, have you seen it? Hello, this is another assignment related to DOM. As you can see, this application has some text at the top and it displays a country. And the country has a flag, the name of the country, capital city, population, and language. Imagine you've been at home because of the coronavirus and you would like to go somewhere, but you don't know where. So you can use this application actually to get your next destination for holiday. Let's try it. Okay, click, and now my next destination is going to be Korea. Let's try it again. Cabo Verde, okay, and then another, Ukraine, Micronesia. Anyway, this is a simple, you can play it by yourself. It's a JavaScript assignment for the JavaScript group. So we managed to embed it. So it seems it's to the left. So if you want to make it to the right. You can do some, again, class where ID. I can go for ID, and I call them videos because I may have a collection of videos there, so I can target that video by ID. So I don't have any more CSCS here, but I have to go to the CSCS and apply it here. Videos and text align to the center, and it will be to the center actually. Now, yeah, the video is here now. Hello. No playing again. So if you don't remember it, you can come here, and they do have on this W3 school material. If I go all the way down, you can get some source. You can put the source here or here. It's just okay. But even if some people maybe do not have this, if it doesn't support latest, if their browser doesn't support the latest HTML course, then let's put this tag. So maybe the problem is if you don't put that, we don't have, but you can just leave it here like this, no problem.
You use the text align center when you
Yes.
want
Yes.
that video to the center. So when you want to move any kind of elements in the center, do you use that text align code?
Yes. It could be a box, it could be anything, just
okay.
Yes, it's not only text actually.
It's confusing.
Yes, if it's the children, it move the children left, right, or to the center, but it should be the children.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean when the children?
Yeah.
Means the children of this article is actually the video. So
Yeah.
I'm targeting by this video's ID. Yeah, good. Okay, so now maybe you want to leave some line in between. So I'll have you like to apply a line, horizontal line. We have actually this, for instance, after section 1, I want to leave a line. HR is a line, but it's better to close it like this, self-closing. Yeah, I want to apply a line after each. I'm just showing you from style point of view, it doesn't look good, but let's see how we can apply style. Whenever, and when you develop a website, don't apply everything it doesn't look good. Sometimes the first time you learn something, you put everything to your website and it doesn't look good. Okay, have you seen now we managed to just leave some horizontal line here, but this horizontal line doesn't look good. I think HR style, let's see, sometimes I forgot sometimes the style of the horizontal line, how to apply style. You can actually select it by this widths, and also how can we make the height. By making the height some pixel, you can make it bigger or smaller. So let's target the horizontal line, HR, and if you just make height, for instance, about 20 pixel, let's see how it looks like. That's really big. So but still, that's not something I want. Let's see the color of this. The first one is, as you can see, normal. but this one height to pixel, border width 0, color gray, and background color. Okay, as you can see, color gray and background color. So you can give it color gray, and don't apply many changes at the same time, because you don't know the effect. For instance, the color doesn't affect it, but the background color may affect this. As you can see, the background color now affect match, but the color seems it is there for nothing. Let me just see. Yeah, so just by applying a background color, you can add. Now if I increase actually the height, it might be a bit like something like this. Have you seen? So we managed to add some simple line with but something like this. Okay, good. So you can also modify the style of the line anyway. And as you can see, all these sections that you want, maybe you want space between the sections, right? If you want some space between the sections, you may apply like section. Before section, I want to apply instead of just 50, actually there's already a section. But why section like this? So actually this is the previous, but if I remove this section now, it will be, have you seen now there's some space between the different sections, and space usually gives you just a good feeling, as you can see. But now I destroyed something because this section was like before given somewhere, so that is affecting our code. We will deal with that later. How is it going so far, guys? Now we should start cleaning our code because we are also finishing the HTML part. Something I didn't mention, for instance, is the break. The break is sometimes you may need a break. I will show you again. I will go to here after the section, maybe span 1, span 2, and span 3. You know that span actually is a non-blocking element, and it will go all the way, I mean, horizontally. Have you seen that? But sometimes without applying CSS, you want to create a space, so you may use the break. Yeah, you can use break to make it to the, sometimes you may use the break to create a space between, I mean, a new line. So break creates just a new line, as you can see. But it's not a very relevant kind of thing. Another thing I want to show you is, for instance, what do you think if I write something like this? 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Do you think I will see this on the page? Let's see. Yeah, great. I managed to see that. How about if I want to see P, 2 is greater than 3, but 4 is less than 3. Do you think I will see it? Let's see that. Oh, now it's supporting it actually. Okay. But okay. I was afraid that how about 2 is about this? That's also okay. How about this? So there's no problem, you just write it like that. How do you write the power of 2, the power of, I mean like this, to the power of, to the power of 3 is equal to 8. How do you write this? Yeah, not instead of this, actually, we have to make this superscript, right? Superscript. Let's see how we can make that superscript by making superscript and then 3. I think it's make it to, yeah, have you seen this? Now it's proper. Now let's create a sulfuric acid. Maybe if you know the formula of the chemical formula of water or sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is H2SO4, right? So actually this has to be down. So you should say subscript, and then 2, and then we have to write this as in a subscript. Subscript and then 4, and then this looks like a very good, have you seen, a very good chemical formula of sulfuric acid. Yeah, so easy. You make this superscript soup, and this is subscript, so you make it sub. Yeah, now how about you may be writing a poem? If you're writing a poem, let's write our first poem. Yes. If you code every day, yeah, that's every day. You code every day. The day will be awesome. There is nothing problem solving. My good poem. Anyway, it's not a poem, but let's imagine a poem has to go to the line. So this it has to be short and it has to be to the next. So if you want to reserve this space using paragraph doesn't reserve this space, okay? So if you see it now, it doesn't look like a poem. Maybe I will just bring a short poem. Someone already wrote somewhere. Please, if I get a very short poem, and I will grab that. Yeah, why? Yes, this is good for me. Yes, I don't know what it says because I just want to use it for now. Let's put this poem here. Yeah, we don't need the source now because we're not publishing it. So let's imagine this is the place will still shift and the clouds will still spill. The sun will slowly rise and the moon will follow too, but whatever. I'm not sure if it rhymes or not, but I'm not there to evaluate that poem. Have you seen it just in one line? Do you want it to be like this? No. So sometimes you may want this to be like that. You want to preserve. So preserve. The tag will be preserved and it will be like this. Have you seen? This is much better, right? Have you seen it, guys?
Yes.
Yes. So it's just now maybe the last I will show you also codes. Sometimes you may want to write. In addition to this, something you want to write. For instance, what is this? Let's write P, I, and instead of and, this I and you, or students. Let's see what. Okay, that's still okay. I think then I may HTML entities. At some point it was hard to write this, but now, as you can see, it's possible to write it without a code. But previously, to write this, we should use this one. But now I think it's supported. You don't have to write this to display this. Yeah, because we did it already. But the first time when I was learning HTML and CSS, it was impossible. We should write this to create. This is a blank space or just blank. You should see this to make a space. Yeah, still you have to use this one to make a space. I will show you here. Let's create 2 more spaces, maybe 3. Is there space? Have you seen? Yeah, we have created actually 3 spaces here. 3 spaces means something like this, 3. Yeah, so you should use this HTML entities. You don't have to remember, you just come to here and make use of the HTML entities. I will share with you here, and I will share with you also on our Telegram group. But for instance, copyright, register trademark, so you have to use this one. For instance, let's add a copyright here. Yeah, I go all the way down, and actually this is how I write. Copy, something like this. This create the end symbol followed by the word copy in this, and it should display now. Copy, have you seen this mark? Okay, the entities, either you write this one, this entity number, or entity name. It's okay, both are okay. So yeah, now you know how to write HTML entities. These are not proper HTML tags or something. We call them entities, character entities. Okay, so what is left? Today we should finish the HTML part. But sometimes, how about if you want to write code? You know, you are a blogger and you like to write a code. Yeah, for instance, it's JavaScript code. First name, Sabena, and let last name, and I may create a function, then const print full name, this is a function, JavaScript function, and return. This may take first name, last name, and let's return first name plus and last name. Let's see how, no, we don't make it. So we want to, because it should be something like this. So let's see how it looks like our code. It doesn't look good. So what you should do, this goes well with pre and this go, because you want to also reserve the space. Now I may do something good. Have you seen it now? It looks like a proper editor, something with some code. Yeah. Great. So you can use that. And I think the last maybe is block quote. Block quote is also good. Block quote HTML tag. Maybe even I can just write here at the top or somewhere, but I think we can just write it down. I think after this, it's up to you to expand. We can't learn all the HTML, and it's not important to learn. Block quote, it gives you something like this. So then you write HTML is the building block of the web. There is no website without HTML. Let's see. Sorry. Yeah, something like this. So it's by itself, as you can see, indented. But a block quote is something whenever you like to add a quote. And on W3 School, there's enough information there. And sometimes also, whenever we want to know about something, a title, actually, we can also add a title. Okay, we can add, for instance, okay, I will show that later. But before that, I think it's better to add social links. You know, sometimes or most of the time, people add social links here, right? So they use actually Fontosum, this. So you go to the Fontosum website. I think nowadays they are asking people to sign in. And then you click, for instance, Git, what is this? GitHub. So you can choose one of the GitHub icon. Either you go this or this or this. I'm going for the circular. And then you select this code and you put it to your code at the footer. Maybe it's better to create another div inside, and then I can put it here. If you display now, you don't see anything. You don't see, because I should have a link from this website. So I think you should sign up, but I have a link for you to share with, because I got that link before it start asking sign up, but you can sign up and create that. I may go to some of the projects which I have already, and I can get a link for you. Countries, for instance, if I go here, I think there might be some link. I have used it at some point, and it doesn't need any, as you can see, it's font awesome, and still it works and it's valid. Okay, great. I will share this link with you on chat. Okay, and I will share with you also on Telegram, because some students might not be here now. So I go to my page, and then I will add that link next to the CSS link. Just paste it there. And by now, I should see this. Yeah? Great. And then again, icons, and then LinkedIn. I want to go to LinkedIn, so I go for this one, the square one. Yes. And then again, all the way down and paste it here. And check if it's showing up or not. Yeah, it showed up. Great. And now let's go for Twitter. I think it might be hard for you to search. I can just give you here. That is for Twitter. I can go for this one. And then again, I can share with you here. I think I can share all this on Telegram too. Okay, I'm not sure if I shared it here. No, as you can see, I have 3. Yes, now as you can see, it's better also to have this, the GitHub a kind of rectangle instead of a circle, because similarity, uniformity matters when it comes to design. So I go GitHub. Again, you should search for it. It doesn't come by itself. And then now I go for this one because the others are by themselves square. And now let's see. I have this. Yeah, great.
Could you show where did you put that code in the footer?
At the footer next to this, and I just like to copy with. I think you don't have to really rewrite it, just copy this code, but it's next to this. So that means below this. Yeah. Okay, now these guys are so tiny and it's hard to click on top of them. So we have to apply some CSS. So we can select them by their tag name. What is the tag name of these icons? Because now I want to know if you understood what the tag name is. What is the tag name of this? I'm waiting for you guys. What's the tag name? I is the tag name. And it has class. As you can see, it has class. This has this common class. And this acts as ID. This acts as ID because it's unique for this one. So as you can see, you can have a multiple class. Even you can add yourself here. Additional for this. Also, you can add also class, multiple class in our case. So now let's go to the style. And I put here icons style. I want it to be font size. The font size should be a bit bigger because it's really small pixel. I don't know if you managed to see it, but for me, it was so tiny. Yeah, and also I like to add padding, top and bottom. No, margin, sorry, margin. If you apply, for instance, 30 pixel at the top in all direction, there will be some kind of space. Okay, the whole footer. Hey, footer.
It doesn't work for me either.
Yes, it's short. My footer here I have, and I will share with you. Okay, great. That's what we have. But as you can see, sometimes the different companies have their own color. So, for instance, GitHub logo color. GitHub logo color. Yeah, something color scheme. I can go for this one. I don't believe that doesn't look right for me. At least I don't know. That's not a GitHub color. GitHub brand. Yeah, I believe this is the logo for. So now, as you can see, this is the specific class to target this GitHub. So FA GitHub Square. FA .fa GitHub Square. And then color, we should apply that. Now it should be somehow, yeah, because it's similar to our background, but for the time being, let's leave it like that. And I think if I change this, maybe it may give me LinkedIn if they have. Okay, they have, good. I select that and go and check FA LinkedIn dot FA LinkedIn and color this. But I have to use the hash. If you don't apply the hash, it doesn't work. By the way, guys, we will learn about different colors, and so I still have the problem. Can't see the links because you didn't use this link at the top. I will give you this link because you didn't use yeah, I gave you this link and put it at the top. Here at the top, all the way, you should put it here at the head, this link. Yeah, you can't see it in the footer if you don't put that link here. You can't see it just instantly because it works through this, because those are assets and they are coming from this. This CSS creates those icons. Okay, they are a CVG. Sorry. Okay, where are we now? I think we are now. Let's go for Twitter. Twitter apply once. I think Twitter. Of course, it should work. Great. Now this sound for me, Twitter, kind of. Now again, we do the same thing all over, but I have to know what was the class name for the Twitter specific FA Twitter Square. Yeah. FA Twitter and color hash and the copy one. I think now we may have something like this. What? It doesn't it doesn't look normal for me. I forgot, yeah, S. Now it looks somehow what we know, right? This is the, but if we have a different background of footer, it looks somehow different. So now you learn how to access free icons from Fontosem, okay? Just you select here home, for instance, something which looks like a home, you know? You come here, you can select this, yeah? and you apply it. Even they may have also HTML. Let's see if they have. Even that, as you can see, they have, for instance, I can apply this tag in the HTML section. Okay, if it looks good, but I'm not sure. Let's see. We have introduction and HTML section, and maybe I can just leave this here, and let's see what it looks like. Yeah, the HTML section, but what I'm trying to show you is how you can make use of freely available CVG icons. Okay, great. What's left when it comes to HTML? I think from my side, I have covered anything you need related to HTML. Not everything, but you have everything to continue from this. Yeah, because there are lots of things also, something you should read by yourself, but you don't have to know everything at once. You know all those things when you build something. Yeah.
I would have a question.
Yes.
How do you link now to the actually links like the Twitter and how do you apply your personal link into there at what point?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I think that's something we should apply it also. Yeah. Now this is my GitHub, right? Yes, this is my GitHub. So this is my GitHub. So it has to be linked to my GitHub. So this should be much better actually if we put it inside a tag, and then you put that. Then you put this icon inside here. Then I think I can create the rest, and I can put this one here also. I go no spacing, remove all the space, and then I create also this one, and you put it here, because instead of text now we're actually putting the icon. Now I go to LinkedIn and put here. Okay, go to LinkedIn. Yes. This is the first page of and then you come here, put it here, and then Twitter. Let's, I think I will be available there. Home, and the thing you should use your profile, and then you put it here. Yeah, now if we see this page, I think it would be there. And if I click here, it will take me to this. Now, as you can see, it opened on there, but I want it to open from a blank page. So let's add target and blank. Then it open in a new tab, right? So I will just apply this to all the tags here and here. Now it will start opening from a new tab. Let's see. Yeah, it's opening from a new tab. So still my project is here. Now, as you can see, even you can see that there is a hover. Yeah, it's a hover. It's linked. Is that your question?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, now everything is linked. Guys, you are done with HTML and the CSS. After this, the next 3 weeks, we learn, no, I'm sorry, just you are done with HTML, and the next is more of CSS. Of course, CSS and HTML is all the time together. You don't separate them. You are just amazing. You've been here for hours and learning lots of new topics at once. So, how was your experience today? How was your learning? Let's see your rating, your experience of learning today's session from 1 to 10. No, it seems, yeah, Motomi, you sent me privately, so make it public. We should make it public for everyone. So, yes, great, guys. You are really doing great. What I can see is just 9, 8, and that I can see 1, 7, and that's also very good. Great. And guys, work on your portfolio and revise what we have done so far. I think that's pretty enough. And the W3 school got lots of material. I think it's better to go through this. Have you seen this structure? And that will help you to understand the logic. And also you may try also the 30 days of HTML challenge, because next week there might be 7 days of challenge already. Have a nice time. If you don't have any question, you may go.